actually frustrating that way, because I kind of like that. Yeah, Black Mirror 3 had no such problem, thankfully. So that was all really good. I think Black Mirror 3 just did everything right. It just went on from 2 directly, and that was good. Nice. This is what I wanted.
And how are you getting on?
Pretty well, I think. I'm done with the main points. Now I just have to get everything across into the Book of the Guardians. Do you want to have a look for yourself?
If I may.
Here, I'm not sure about this last point.
Strong resistance? What? The curse, Mordred's son, soul shades. Huh. Alright, let's go read it. Let's see what he actually wrote about all this then. I got rid of Mordred. Although the ritual didn't work out as planned, I'm finally free again. Myself again. Valentina suggested that I add to the Book of the Guardians. There are centuries of experience collected in its pages, but up until now, nobody has had as much to do with the mirror as me. Best thing is for me to write everything here in my diary first. So then, he finalizes the text and writes it down in there. Alright. Soul shades. When a person is alive, their soul exists in this world. There is still no soul shade at this point. When they die, the soul is released and in the normal case disperses, goes up to heaven, or whatever. If they die in the vicinity of the mirror, then there are two possibilities. One, the person has a good soul and this is then free and disappears. But a soul shade comes into being behind the mirror. This is then soulless. 2. The person was evil. His soul is sucked into the shade behind the mirror. A soul shade then comes into being, which from that point on torments the soul for all eternity. Basically hell. Souls are strong in this world, but weak in the shade world. Soul shades are strong in the shade world, and are weak in this one. But they're still stronger than a mortal person. Easily. It hadn't been envisaged that a soul shade could ever leave the mirror. Mordred, however, found a way to make that very thing happen. Mordred was able to bring soul shades into this world. Marcus would later fight with them by laying the bones of the dead in front of the mirror and then performing a ritual which then kept them here. Mordred's son. Mordred wanted to bring the evil soul of King Armandor back into our world. He discovered that to do this, a good person would have to die in front of the mirror. Their soul would then go free and make room for another. If the soul shade is already there, the soul can follow after it. The corpse then has to be resuscitated, otherwise the soul and the shade will be sucked back into the mirror. So he brought the remains of King Armandor in front of the mirror and then bound a shade to them. He also killed his son at the same time. The boy's good soul then went free and a soul shade came into being behind the mirror. Armandor's soul came free of the mirror and made itself at home in the boy's body. Had Mordred now at this point managed to revive his son, the soul would also have come across to him and made him unbelievably powerful, because the shade and the soul would have been reunited in this world. He didn't manage this though, and his son died. The curse. Shortly after Mordred's ritual, Marcus must have returned and carved his way through the ranks of shades that Marcus had summoned in his experiments. Marcus then killed his brother Mordred in a duel, in the course of which Mordred's wife Maria was also fatally wounded. Mordred was still able to utter one last curse, which he anchored with a small part of his soul shade on Marcus's blood and thus in the blood of all the Gordons that follow him. The remainder of his shade went back into the mirror, just as his evil soul was sucked in there. To perform the ritual, to release Mordred's soul shade, 5 souls were needed and all of them could be caught with the help of the soul keys. These then had to be taken into the shade world. Blood had to be spilled and the soul shade could pass over into a Gordon. Following that, the Gordon then had to die before the mirror and later revived. Mordred had definitely reckoned on soon becoming free again, but the pure guardian souls of the Gordons have a particularly strong resistance.
That's already a good beginning. When are you going to put it into the Book of the Guardians?
Not before I eat. Anyway, now I know what all those black balls were about.
I can't wait.
Mordred writes in his book that he had carried out a soul transfer ritual. But instead of all the bones, he had only used the skull and 1 black ball. The shade didn't go back into the mirror anymore after that, but always stayed close by the ball.
Ah, then you can trap souls with these balls as well. To all intents and purposes, they can be thought of as the body, right?
It gets better. Here, with the help of the soul trapped in the ball, one can, to a certain extent, control the shade. He writes that he put a ball in his brother's bedchamber, under the bed, in the hope that the shade would rob his soul in the night. But that didn't work. He suggests that Marcus's soul was too pure for the shade. What do you think? Do you think there are still shades going around today, doing all their evil stuff?
I don't know. But if there are, then it's your job to stop them.
Well, fucking great. Wow, okay, that's abrupt. It's just fade to black, menu. There you go. Alright. What are these extras then? Lots of locked ones. Did I just not get them? Some artwork. Let's just not have unlocked them. I wonder how you unlock them then. That's kind of disturbing. That looks rather nice actually. Very different in the black and white. I'm not gonna do the videos or mini games. Space attack. Oh yes, the skeleton puzzle. That's great. And one I didn't get to? How the hell did I not get to it? Oh, so these are all the cutscenes that we've basically seen. Neat. Very neat. Alright, so I very much enjoyed these games, and though the ending was a bit underwhelming, I don't know, they kind of ended it just with the last bit there that, you know, you're gonna be the one that is gonna have to find all these shades and get rid of them. Which may, in some way, you know, open a door for Black Mirror 4. But the real storyline ended here with 3. I think it's just meant as what is Darren going to be doing the rest of his life? Well, looking for shades and, you know, getting rid of them. That's what he's going to be doing the rest of his life, I guess. So, yeah, the main storyline ended here, and I very much enjoyed it. Darren's come a long way, Adrian's come a long way. Which, yeah, it's really cool to see. It's really, a lot happened. Over a lot of hours, but a lot happened. Even for such a slow-paced game, a lot happened in the end. I very much enjoyed it. I hope you guys did too. Yeah, it's not a game a lot of you, I'd bet, would play. Hell, it's not a game I would think I would play, but I'm glad I did. So, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll see you guys next time. See you, dudes.